I went to Toowong Cemetery, which is on Mount Cootha, just outside of Brisbane, 108 acres or 43 hectares. And it was established in 1875. Well, the first person was buried there in 1875, and that was this man, Samuel Blackall, the governor. He contracted tuberculosis, and his dying wish was to be buried on top of One Tree Hill, which is Mount Cootha, but One Tree Hill back in the day. So when he did finally pass away from tuberculosis, his family, friends, and the government erected this monument to him, which still stands and is still in excellent repair. It's quite stunning, and that is where he lays, and that is his view, and that's just what he wished for. Then we have the Pannington Cemetery. There's a memorial at Toowong Cemetery for 394 people whose remains were never relocated along with the rest from this particular cemetery that was prone to flooding. So those 394 people were left there. Over the years, that particular area was used as a tip, amongst other things, and then finally a football field called Lang Park was built on top of it. They did some work to Lang Park in 2000, I believe, and found bones. So, they dug up all the bones, exhumed them all, and they're now buried here underneath this monument at Toowong Cemetery. Then we've got Peter Jackson, the Black Prince, Australia's heavyweight champion. He was not Australian, he was African, I think. No, West Indian. That's what he was. He was a West Indian. Anyway, he wanted to fight John L. Sullivan, and John said, "No, not fighting you. You're coloured. Sorry, mate." And so they never had a fight. And Peter Jackson, although disappointed, never mind. It is what it is. He was loved here in Australia and in particular Queensland. He contracted tuberculosis at the age of 40 and passed away, and he's at the Toowong Cemetery. Then we've got Walter. Walter was a banker, not short of $1, obviously, and looking at the monument, he definitely wasn't. His wife and 200 people attended on the day of his funeral, and his wife went there every day for 3 years and wept on that corner. She is buried with him now. She died 3 years after he did. Then we've got this fellow, Patrick Mayne. He was a butcher by trade, and he had a butcher shop in Queen Street in Brisbane. He confessed on his deathbed to butchering, literally, a man, and that's where he made his money. He stole that particular man's gold, I believe, something like that. The family, the children of Mr. Mayne decided that they would never have children of their own because they didn't want the name to live on because of what their father had done. But they created charities, and in fact there's still a charity that they created called the Mayne Family Trust, still in operation, still raising money and still helping people to this day. So that's some good out of bad. Then we've got Mr. McGregor. He owned hotels and theatres in Brisbane. The statue itself is stunning, and the reason I've put it in there is for that, because of the statue, but also because the story is, apparently the statue gets up and walks away and disappears and then comes back. Sounds pretty strange, but anyway, it is very lifelike. That's probably why they made up those stories. Then we've got the Grave Angels. That's the Hand of Glory. Satanic worshippers come in and take all the hands of the angels and make up this bloody horrible looking thing. Supposed to give them secret powers or something. I don't know. And then we've got this one. It's called the Temple of Peace. A man's sons were killed in World War I, and so he made this. He made it himself, carved it, did all the glass, everything. His sons are buried in there, and he wasn't very well liked because he was a communist, so they poisoned his dog Pup, and that's Pup. And Pup's buried there along with Ramo, the whole lot of them. It's now protected, though, because people throw stuff at it. So that's not very nice. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little thing, and that's that for now. And I hope to get back there during the day one day and take some nice photos to share.